fast asleep. Then I saw Mommy take her to the Santa Claus. Underneath his beard, so snowy white. Oh, what a laugh it would have been if Daddy had only seen Mommy kissing Santa Claus last night. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. Oh, what a laugh it would have been if Daddy had only seen Mommy kissing Santa Claus, kissing Santa Claus, kissing Santa Claus last night.
I'm driving home for Christmas. Oh, I can't wait to see those faces. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. Well, I'm moving down that line, and it's been so long, but I will be there, sing this song to pass the time away. Driving in my car, I'm driving home for Christmas. It's gonna take some time, but I'll get there. Top to toe and tailbacks. Oh, I got red lights all around, but soon there'll be a freeway, yeah. I get my feet on holy ground, so I sing for you, though you can't hear me when I get through, and feel you near me. Driving in my car, I'm driving home for Christmas. Driving home for Christmas with 1,000 memories. I take a look at the driver next to me. He's just the same, just the same. Top to toe and tailbacks. Oh, I got red lights all around. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. I get my feet on holy ground, so I sing for you, though you can't hear me when I get through. Oh, and feel you near me. Driving in my car, I'm driving home for Christmas. Driving home for Christmas with 1,000 memories. I take a look at the driver next to me. He's just the same, He's driving home, driving home, driving home for Christmas. Driving home for Christmas. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know?
My mama told me something when I was growing up that has forever changed my life. She played the piano at our little church at 3rd and Pine Street for 37 years. She tried to teach me to play the piano, but I wasn't very good. She would teach me the names of the notes, what a major key is, what a minor key is. She tried to teach me musical theory, but I was just bored. Then, one day, she told me that the best news in the world is found by playing a simple scale on the piano. I had no idea what she meant, so she told me to play an 8-note scale. So I did. I said, "How is that good news?" And she said I played it incorrectly and that I needed to play it the other way. So I did. Again, I said, "How is that good news?" And she said, I played it the right way, but I needed to add the pauses. The pauses? She said, the pauses. Add them on the 1st, 2nd, 4th, 6th, 7th, and last note. Now, I was frustrated and said, how can 8 notes with random pauses be the best news in the world? Then I got up, walked away, and went outside. Frankly, I didn't care what she was talking about. I didn't like playing the piano anyway. Well, years later, my mama got sick and passed away. As I was thinking about her, I remembered what she told me about the piano. Not only that, I still remember the notes she told me to pause. The 1st, 2nd, 4th, 6th, 7th, and last note. So I sat down at her piano and played the scale with the pauses. And that's when I realized the good news she was talking about.
Good evening. Welcome to our combined work session and board meeting on this December the 15th, 2025. I want to welcome everybody. Up we will have next our inspiration. Ms. McCray. Right here.
Welcome tonight. May your holidays sparkle with moments of love, laughter, and goodwill, and may the year ahead be full of contentment and joy. From me and all of the board, we hope you have a happy holidays. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Thank you so very much. And then next we will have some holiday cheer with Winton Arts Academy. The principal is Ms. Mumpower. Assistant Principal Jeremy Pownow. Go ahead. I got something up.
One more room down there. Maybe second row, there we go. Problem solving right there.
Thank you for having us. All right, if you're on the empathy word, come on. Ayana, Anaya. Allegiance.
I pledge. Oh,
Oh, please stand.
please join and stand us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, say it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The character word of the month is empathy. Empathy is seeing with eyes of another, listening with the ears of another,
and feeling with the heart of another.
Okay, I'll take that. Go to your spot. Can I hand you that?
Sorry, do you mind allowing?
Okay, we're going to introduce ourselves, okay? Oh, I am Rachel Potter. I'm their music teacher at Winton Arts Academy.
I'm Ayana, and I'm in 4th grade.
Alrighty, pass it down.
King John's 5th grade Swafford class.
My name is Kimai, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Lila. I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Ayana and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Elijah, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Emmeline and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Skylar, and I'm in 4th grade. My name is Olivia, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Peyton and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Peyton, and I am in 4th grade.
My name is Nyla, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name's Charlotte, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Maya, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Anaya Carter, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Bryson, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Adonis, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Summer. I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Liliana, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Kinley and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Armani, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Aston, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Sire Simmons, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Ava Jones and I'm in the 4th grade.
My name is Tyler Williams. I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Kalia Henley and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Gwendolyn, and I'm in 4th grade.
Well, thank you so much, boys and girls, and the students, for the parents and supporters and relatives of these fine scholars. Please stand or wave so we can say thank you and recognize you. they make us proud as well. Thank you, boys and girls. We hope you have a
Thank you
great
so much.
break. Have a good break.
And
Merry
several of these
Christmas.
students were in the production of The Wizard of Oz this past weekend and did an outstanding job. There's
Good
the Cowardly
job on The
Lion
Wizard
right
of
here
Oz.
and Dorothy right there.
All right, good job, good job.
You're welcome. That's the voice. I was just sharing with Miss Mumpower, the principal, one of my favorite parts of the musical on Friday evening when my wife and I attended Wizard of Oz.
And our teacher of the year.
And our teacher of the year, Miss Amanda Zarate, who was producing that as well.
Good job, Miss Zarate.
But it was so great. One of the funniest parts, there were a lot of great parts.
10 a.m.
Another one tomorrow.
10 a.m. for the whiz.
But when the witch melts, instead of just melting, she just rolled off the stage. It was great. It was great. Well done, very well produced and very well acted and performed. So hopefully if you get a chance to see it again, please do. Great job.
All right. Good, good, good. Anyone else? Is that it? Is that it? That's all.
That was just the performance.
No, I mean, no more performances?
No, that's it.
That's it, y'all.
This time of year, lucky you got that.
Normally, we have all the levels.
Oh, no, we don't.
I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion. One change.
You have a change? All right, we have a motion and a second, and we have a change. Dr. Lewis?
Yes, Madam Chair, as I mentioned previously, we're going to have an exception. G, professional service, mental and behavioral health support is being taken off the agenda for this evening. We have talked about pulling this so we can evaluate alternatives for providing the needed supports to our Marshall program. And we also have additional funding that we can use to make sure we're using it and optimizing those funding dollars that came in recently. So we're going to pull it off and bring it back in January. To
All right,
optimize those.
so we have a motion to amend the agenda. As stated, second was Ms. Jackson. Are we hand voting? All right, all in favor? Raise your hand. Any opposed? All right, that carries. And before we go any further, I do want to say, if y'all hadn't had a chance, this is from Jordan High School.
Very nice.
Our nice hidden secret in the district, our early college and vocational high school. They can make anything over there, just about anything. And we also want to thank Miss Florine Dawkins. If you're watching your weight, pass the cookies down. And I saw something else, and there's in your gift bag is all that's from Miss Dawkins. So thank you so much, Miss Dawkins. We appreciate that, and thank you to our students and teachers at Jordan Vocational High School. All right, next I want to recognize our visitors, any administrators, building leaders, leadership team in your building. Anybody? We're all gone? Okay. All right, thank y'all so very much. As always, we want to thank Mary Ann Rickner, Director of the Museum, and Mr. Alan Harkness, Director of our Library System, for joining us. And next we will go to our district recognitions. And then the first one up, Dr. Lewis.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. On Friday, December 5th, 2025, the Muscogee County School Board was recognized as an exemplary board by the Georgia School Boards Association at the 2025 Georgia School Boards Association Winter Conference held in Atlanta. The Georgia School Boards Association and Georgia School Superintendents Association challenged their constituents to reach for higher levels of excellence by implementing the standards for boards. This exemplary board classification requires training and demonstration of board leadership, team self-assessment, linked to an adopted superintendent evaluation instrument, continuation of requirements of the standards and other additional criteria. Combined, this ensures a functional local organizational structure that empowers the governance team to manage the school district as an exemplary board. This is the 6th consecutive year the Muscogee County School District and School Board has achieved this exemplary status, and they were presented with this token of that recognition, and that will remain in our board conference room going forward. So congratulations to our board members on exemplary board status.
Thank you, Dr. Lewis, and thank you again to our board members as we continue to improve how we lead and how we govern as we take all the necessary training and steps to do just that for our students as well as our community. So next we have some district-wide recognitions.
Good evening. I'm Kimberly Wright, Director of Communications, and these are our December recognitions. Congratulations to Kendrick High School. Woo-hoo! Congratulations to Nicole Harper-Jones and the Kendrick High School film students on your outstanding entry, School Saved My Life, which earned third place in the Georgia School Boards Association GSBA Student Video Contest for 2025. This achievement is a testament to the remarkable work taking place at Kendrick High School under Mrs. Jones' leadership. Having your video selected from numerous submissions statewide and showcased at the Winter GSBA GSSA Annual Conference on December 5th, 2025 makes this recognition especially meaningful. Well done, and thank you for representing the Muscogee County School District with excellence, and we do have a snippet of the video.
Sergeant Major Washington, he taught me a lot of patience, especially with rifle. That teaches you leadership, discipline, and it also enhances a lot of your performance.
Coach has helped me a lot in life because he's held me accountable. I'll probably be in the streets, not coming to school, not doing my schoolwork. He let me know it's more than likely what I'm seeing right now.
Film class is like, it brings out something that you'll never know you'll have. It makes you want to be here more. I said, because if I wasn't here, I'd be hanging around with the wrong crowd.
You gotta finish school. School is important. It's more than just the streets. You can't just stay in the streets forever. You gotta move up.
School saved my life.
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, all right. My name is Carl Lovejoy. I'm in 11th grade, now 10 Kendrick High School. I play football. I wear number 7. Yeah.
Number 7, that's it.
I teach film at Kendrick High School, and I just would like to say that I'm so privileged to teach these children. There's been amazing things at Kendrick, but there never was an outlet to show it. You know, this program is to give them a voice, and I'm just in a very privileged position.
Miss Nicole.
And she's Nicole Harper-Jones.
Miss Nicole Jones-Harper.
Jones-Harper.
Okay, Alonzo James, and I'm the principal here at Kendrick High School, and I just want to continue. First of all, I want to thank you all for inviting us and recognizing us here as a school. What Ms. Jones Harper has done with the students and the program has been fabulous. I also want to take the time to recognize two students who were not able to be here. That's Joseph Yarway and Canvas Ford. They all did a fabulous job, along with, we call him TK, but he does a good job. And they do other things besides space sports. These are leaders throughout the school. I do want to share that with you. They're leaders, they're role models, and they do a lot of things in the community as well. If you see some of the things they do at some of the elementary schools around. So very proud of these kids and very proud of what the program has done for the students in Kendrick High School. And thank you all once again.
Congratulations. Are there any family members who may have joined? I know this high school, we don't usually get the parents. Mom, okay, moms. Congratulations. And I do want to say that that was a recognition. The competition was statewide. So we were chest poked out proud during our GSBA conference. And I will recognize Ms. Buckner.
Yeah, I won't let this minute pass without saying, excuse me, it's a great day to be a Cherokee. And congratulations, number 7. You emphasized that to us all at the state capitol, all at the GSBA. So, and you told us never forget that number 7.
Number 7. We'll be looking out for you next season.
We have it.
Number 7. Congratulations. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Congratulations to the Columbus High School girls cross country team for an outstanding performance at GHSA 2A Girls State Championship. The team earned an impressive second place finish in the state championship team competition with 44 points. In individual competition, Columbus High also celebrated remarkable achievements. Olivia DeQuatro, sophomore, state champion, first place with a time of 20 minutes and 54 seconds. Kelby Mills, junior, fourth place, finishing 22 minutes and 15 seconds. Gabby Ware, senior, fifth place, finishing 22 minutes and 15 seconds. We applaud these student athletes for their dedication, perseverance, and exceptional representation of Columbus High School. Head coach, Ms. Danielle McCoy, and assistant coach, Casey Mills and Kalia Thrasher.
Hi, I'm Olivia DeQuatro. I'm a sophomore, and
Hi, I'm Gabriella Ware, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Emily Dale, and I'm a junior. Hi, I'm Kelby Mills, and I'm a junior.
I'm Ruby Williams, and I'm a freshman.
And I'm Danielle McCoy, the head coach.
I saw some paparazzi. Parents, wave. All right, congratulations to the parents. Outstanding. That's twice tonight. Usually the high schoolers lead the parents at home. That's awesome. Congratulations, Coach. And is Miss Allen here, the principal? All right, the principal is Miss Allen.
Got one more, Columbus High School cross country boys.
Okay. Woo!
Congratulations to the Columbus High School boys cross country team for finishing the season as first place champions in the GHSA 2A Boys Championship Team competition, earning an impressive 68 points. In the individual competition, we proudly recognize sophomore Oliver Pendleton, who secured a third-place finish in the 2A boys cross-country race with a strong time of 18 minutes and 11 seconds. Congratulations to the entire team and Oliver on these outstanding achievements.
Hello, my name is Eugene Lucan Cruz. I'm a senior at Columbus High School.
Hello, my name is Micah Boots, and I'm a freshman at Columbus High School.
My name is Declan Coe. I'm a freshman at Columbus High School.
I'm Henry Moore, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Oliver Pendleton, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Matthew Lopez, and I'm a senior.
I'm Julius Martin, and I'm a junior at Columbus.
And Danielle McCoy, the head coach.
Congratulations. That is awesome, awesome. All right, parents and supporters. All right. Thank y'all so much. We are very, very proud. Very proud. Good job. All right, Coach, look like they'll be back. I only heard one senior. That's awesome.
I now yield to Mr. Corey McNeil to present the Power of We Award.
Good evening. The December Power We Award winner is none other than Officer Matthew Reinersman, Public Safety Officer. Give him a hand in advance. Give him a hand now. And the submission goes as such. It is our pleasure to recommend Officer Matthew Reinersman for this distinguished award. Officer Matthew is an exceptional member of the Muscogee County School District team. He consistently goes above and beyond the expectations of his role as a resource officer in the district. His presence on our campus is not only a source of safety, but also a source of inspiration, mentorship, and genuine care for our students. Officer Reinersman demonstrates unmatched dedication to maintaining a secure and supportive learning environment. He proactively builds positive relationships with students, staff, and families. He takes pride in ensuring that our school remains a place where everyone feels protected and valued. What truly sets Officer Rhino, as students call him, apart is his heart for young people. He mentors students daily, listening to them, guiding them, and encouraging them to make positive choices. His impact extends far beyond the walls of our school. His compassion, his integrity, and unwavering commitment to service is exemplary at the highest standards of law enforcement and community leadership. I wholeheartedly recommend Officer Matthew Reinersman for this recognition. He is a dedicated employee, a caring mentor, and an invaluable asset to our school district and our community. We truly are fortunate to have him as part of our school family. As he gets ready to come, let me note that Officer Matthew Reinersman had 14 nominations from 3 different schools. Let us receive him at this time.
Congratulations, sir. You brought your cheering squad, your personal fan club. Outstanding. Outstanding. What? Have a word, sir?
Good evening, everybody. First, I just want to thank God for putting me on this path in life. Without him and my faith in him, I probably wouldn't be here today. Then my wife, thank you. Without you, I probably wouldn't be here. The hard days, the rough days, you push me through them each and every day. My dad, thank you. You raised me to be the man I am today. My in-laws, thank you guys. aunts, uncles, my whole family, thank you. My Baker family, thank you guys. Started early last year with you guys. I've been with you since. MLK, Dorothy Height, Eddie, thank you guys. Working with you guys over the last year and a half has been the greatest time of my life. And we slowly but surely, we're changing the image of the south side of Columbus and our kids. Let's keep up the good work and let's change it for the better. Thank you guys.
Good job. Congratulations, school family, and to your actual family. Thank you all so much for your support. What the kids calling? Officer Rhino. Oh, that's all right. Also, now that the room has thinned out, I do want to recognize the president from Columbus Tech, Ms. Todd, and Marquette McKnight, all the way in the back this time from MEEF. Thank you all so much for your partnership and support. What you want? Okay. All right, next is our public agenda. It's December, it's Christmas. We have no requests in December. Can't believe it. But I will like to take the time to just say all official meetings of the board shall be open to the press and the public. However, the board may meet in executive session. Speakers' remarks should be directed to the board and shall be limited to 5 minutes each person. Citizens are encouraged to address items on the board agenda or to initiate presentations of issues appropriate for school board consideration. If an individual desires to speak, they may contact the superintendent's office to be placed on the agenda. The board meeting on the work session is not the appropriate place to address either criticisms of particular employees or individual parent complaints when such complaints have not been first addressed to the attention of the appropriate administrator for a resolution. Citizens are encouraged to follow the normal channels to address individual parent complaints or problems, and that would be through the superintendent's office. So we don't have anyone, and we will move into our action agenda. The first item is our annual comprehensive financial report for fiscal year 25. Hit the mic.
Good evening. Janice Bloodworth, Chief Financial Officer. I'm here tonight to give you some summary information on the annual comprehensive financial report. And I'll be followed by Robinson and Grimes, who will give you a summary of the audit. If we're looking at the district-wide fund level expenditures and revenue, I have some charts here that show you how the expenditures and revenue are broken down. The expenditures are by function, and you can see that 57% of our district-wide expenditures are spent on instruction, pupil support, and media. These are direct for the students. Followed by the next largest area is our buildings and maintenance and operations and facilities and acquisitions. And those two combined make about 15% of our budget. And once again, this is considered across the whole district. It includes both the school nutrition, our capital projects funds, our debt service funds, all of those different types of funds are in this calculation here. Looking at the revenue by source, you can see that our state sources are our largest revenue source at 48%, followed by our property taxes at 27%, our sales tax at 10%, our federal sources at 11%, and investments and other income at about 4%. Once again, the state really drives where our funding comes from. As we look at the general fund by itself, I will be actually going through each of the different funds that we have and giving you a brief summary of those. Looking at the general fund, you can see that we have $401 million of revenue and $381 million worth of expenses. We had a net change in fund balance of an increase of $11.6 million with an ending fund balance of $104 million. Looking at the significant changes from this year to last year in our revenue, our state revenue was up $30 million. This is due to the higher equalization funding that we received, and the equalization funding is where our property taxes fall within the state as a whole, and we were able to receive additional funding for that. Also, the state funds a portion of our health insurance and our teacher pay raises, and so we saw those increases as well. With our local property taxes, we saw a $4.5 million increase in collections while reducing the millage rate by a small fraction. Looking at our expenditures, as we saw that the revenues were up with the state health insurance and pay raises, those carried over to our expenditures where we saw a $35 million increase in salaries and benefits. We also saw a $9 million growth in our outsourced services, which include our custodial, our device repair, and our specialized student services. In addition to that, we saw a $1.4 million increase in our electricity cost. Now, going back to the fund balance number that we saw with the fund balance of $104 million, that equates to about $95 million, 95 days of reserves. And having this balance in reserve, it provides stability, supports our long-term planning, protects the district from ongoing uncertainties in revenue timing, cost pressures, and economic conditions. This approach ensures that we sustain operations, meet obligations, and respond to unexpected financial challenges without disrupting the student services. There were several external factors there are several external factors that drive the need for, I'm going to get here in a second. First, yes. First is the fund balance. I'm getting there. The fund balance, we need to have the fund balance for the cash reserves for us for the months that we need the funding for before we receive property taxes. Thank you. Also, we're preparing for anticipated increases in health insurance. We can see that increase, that we have been increasing year after year in that area, and we anticipate those same increases this year.
That church peppermint, that church peppermint will work every time.
It will.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead and let it get a little wet, and that's the elixir fixer, that church peppermint. Except there's no old church ladies in here. So which one of y'all old church ladies? Okay. Also, we have uncertainty in federal funding that with those uncertainties that we need to have that fund balance in order to be able to keep services for our students. We also have some potential internal initiatives that we would like to look towards doing.
and that is the expansion of the district literacy program. That is like we have at Brewer, expanding that in different areas across the district and being able to provide those additional supports to more students. Also, we have increased supports for chronic absenteeism, social, behavior, and mental health needs. In addition to that, we are looking to do the comprehensive compensation study to remain competitive and retain staff, and looking at additional safety measures with the potential of adding a police officer at every school. We have them currently at every middle and high school. So those are things that we are looking towards, and the reasons that we have the fund balance that we have. It allows us to stabilize in uncertain times and expand services that we will need. Moving on to the capital projects, I'll quickly go through the rest of the funds and give you some highlights of those. The Capital Projects Fund, we began collections on the 2024 East Blast, while we finished up all of the projects in the 2015 East Blast. Some of the projects that we did this year were several HVAC projects, the Arnold renovation, Kendrick and Hardaway renovation, some athletic field upgrades, and some technology upgrades. And that left us with a fund balance of $75 million for us to continue the projects that we have on the 2024 East Blast referendum. Looking at federal and state programs, this year our revenue here is down about $46 million, and this was due to the loss of the ESSER funds, or the ending of the ESSER funds this year. We received just a small portion of those, about $3.8 million this year, but overall we have expended all of those funds, and we have had to adjust our programs, but we are still able to I'm gonna make it through this. Moving on to debt service. We made our final debt service payment in October of this year. The money that we had in fund balance at the end of last year, at fiscal year 2025, was to pay that balance. The library fund, we didn't see any significant changes there. A small increase in their fund balance, leaving $5 million there. School nutrition, no significant changes there, $24 million of revenue. And the school activity fund, those produced about $5 million in revenue, but no significant changes from the prior year. And I will now turn this over to Robinson Grimes to talk about the audit.
Okay, while you make the switch, the 2015 East Blast projects are finished this fiscal year or the upcoming fiscal year?
They were finished in 2025.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Janice. Yeah, I'm Brian Rutledge with Robinson Grimes and Company. Also have with me Jenna K. Favors. So we're the partners in charge of the audit, and I appreciate Janice and her group in putting together the ACFR. You should have received a copy of it, this bound financial. And again, it's the responsibility of management to put together the financial statements. Our responsibility is to give an opinion on these financial statements. And our opinion, if you have a copy of it, is right behind the first page, right behind the financial section. And again, it's a clean audit opinion on the financial statements, saying that they're in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles in America. So a clean audit opinion. It talks about the responsibilities of management in this opinion. It also talks about we're required to communicate to those charged with governance any issues about the plan, scope, and timing of the audit. That report's a separate letter that you all should have received. Again, no major changes in that letter, but if we were having issues either with the accounting policies, problems with internal control, problems with management, we would report that to you all in that letter, but there was nothing to report. Also, as part of our audit, we're required to give a report on internal control over financial reporting. And again, if you have a copy of the financials, it's page 128. And again, no issues in this report. We talk about there's no material deficiencies in internal control over financial reporting, and then also did not identify any deficiencies in internal control over compliance with laws and regulations. So clean reports on internal control. Also, because of the federal programs that y'all receive and expend in a year, we're required to do what's called a single audit. We have a separate report on the major programs. Again, clean report. The two major federal programs that we audited this year was Title I and Title II. Again, Janice mentioned those being major federal programs that y'all have each and every year. And we rotate which ones that we audit as major programs every year. So that's what we do as far as the annual comprehensive financial report. You also have a separate bound book is the eSPLOS performance audit. So any district that receives over $5 million in sales tax proceeds in a year are required to have a report done. And so we were engaged to do that. On page 2 is our results in brief. So again, I'll just highlight some of the things that we do in that separate audit. So we concluded that administrative controls are in place to ensure the proper management of the sales tax proceeds. We conclude that the process for soliciting and evaluating proposals and bids for construction is adequate and promotes active competition among bidders. And then as far as the cash management of the eSPLOS proceeds, we conclude that the cash management of these funds has been conducted in a sound fiscal manner. So again, clean report on the eSPLOS audit as well as the ACFR. So again, we appreciate the opportunity to come and talk to y'all, Janice and Brandy and her group. It's a lot of work to put all this together, as you can imagine, and they do a good job for us to be able to come and report to you at this December meeting. So with that, that's all I had, unless y'all have any questions.
All right, looks like we have a couple of questions. Ms. Chambers? Is the question for Janice, or?
Yes, Janice.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that, Brian.
We appreciate you.
Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
I just have a few clarification questions. You mentioned that there was a fund balance of $104 million, and then on the slideshow, there was a fund balance for the library, for the nutrition. Is that included in the 104, or are all of those separate?
Those are all separate.
All separate, okay, very good. On the net position report, there is a category called deferred outflow of resources. What is that?
That has to do with our pension and OPEB liabilities. It's just a calculation that is part of that.
Can you explain it to me?
Can I get back with you on exactly how to explain that?
Okay, absolutely. And then, I don't know if this is a finance question or maybe a program question, but the $46 million that was in last year's budget, because we had the ESSER funds, so we're 46 million less in this budget. Did we lose any programming? Is there anything that we were able to do with ESSER funds that are now changing because we don't have those ESSER funds? Did I ask that in the?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It was, some of those expenses were one-time
maybe programming.
expenses. For example, the classroom cameras were included in that. And so that, like I said, that was a one-time expense. Then, we're continuing to use those classroom cameras currently.
There was also some shifting of funds from the ESSER funds that went into either covered by general or through our COF funds, consolidation of funds.
So as far as the program is concerned, I guess I'm trying to see, are we losing any programming?
We didn't lose any programming, but we did have reduction in some of the staffings and different funding sources that covered them.
Okay, different Can we get the information on, how many staff we lost, if we lost any staff, or anything that we are not able to do because we don't have the extra funds, in short? And I guess that's not a finance question, Janice, it's more programming. Just want to make sure that, if it's something that was a program that we really needed, just trying to see if we need to look for funding in other places so that we won't lose critical programming for the kids.
Right.
Okay.
We will get you that information.
Okay, sounds good.
I would like to say, I think the phrasing of ESSER funds being down is misleading. I mean, we never were supposed to get that money more than the years that it was allocated because of COVID. So, it was supposed to be kind of for temporary measurements that were aiding through the pandemic and some of the effects afterwards. So, again, that was never supposed to be more money coming to us. So, I think just to be clear on that part. I had a question, because we keep talking about less, but then on page 27, it said our federal and state programs was 7.9 million above what we had expected. Is that because when we did the budget, we were unsure about some of the federal funding?
Yeah.
Okay, but it came through. And then I was just curious, on page 26, it said other financing uses subscription liability proceeds. Sorry, it was just a really big number, and I didn't know what that meant.
It was a software subscription that we entered into this year.
That we had not expected to do, or because it looked like it was over budget by a lot?
Right. It was something that, the way we classified it, it was not classified that way when we did the budget.
Okay, and then my other question's not probably for you. I was looking at the class numbers and stuff under the, the very end of it, it gives a synopsis of all the schools and class sizes and population over the last 10 or so years. When it says number of classes, is that how many we actually have staffed at that school, or is that how many are available at that school?
That's the staffing.
Which page was it? It's all the end of it. And this might be something somebody needs to get back to me, because it was just interesting, because we had like Wesley Heights says 33 classes with 349 people. And then we have Matthews with 37 classes and 702 students. So I was trying to figure out if that was really the numbered staff. We've got very off ratios amongst our schools, or if it was just that some schools are maxing out on the number of classrooms they can have. But I would encourage everybody on the board to kind of look through those numbers, because it was kind of unsettling. I mean, how disproportionate some of the different schools are in the number of population there versus classes, and some of the decline in areas and increase. I know we had talked at one time about looking at redistricting, and we seem to have gotten away from that. So
that's coming back.
Okay, that's good to hear. Thank you. But yeah, I would like to know for sure if that class number was what that was based on. Thank you. But I will say, I am very happy to hear the increase in the fund balance. I know I can tend to pick things apart, so I do want to say that was good news.
I was going to say, that's a good thing. Of course, if the state doesn't say it's too much money that we have in the fund balance, there's a tendency of them to say that we have too much in the fund balance, so apparently we don't, need what we're doing, or we're not budgeting right. So it is good for us. It's always good. It's always good for your personal account, for the school account, for everything. So I don't quite understand those comments from the state, but yeah, it is a good thing.
That much above board, so that's good.
Yeah, it's good to always be safe. Something can come up,
And I will say that looking at the financial statements for the October as we closed out the ones that are on this month's financial statements. We have used a third of our, our budget for our expenditures in the general fund this year, which we were projected to use $25 million worth of fund balance. So at this moment, as of the end of October, we're still on target for using $25 million of fund balance.
All right, thank you so very much. Looks like that's all. Next item are the school calendars. So we sent out these emails and the employees participated, right?
Absolutely, twice.
All right, good evening. Tim Smith, Chief Academic Officer for our school district. All right, so we had a planning team come together to develop some options for calendars for employees to vote on. The team is listed here. You see we had representation from finance, ESOL, human resources, one of our region chiefs, an elementary principal, and then myself and Kimberly Wright. We had some calendar parameters that were established before I joined the team during my transition last year. And those parameters were first semester ends at winter break, second semester ends before Memorial Day. Reason for that is we wanted to get post-planning in May so that we could have summer learning during June and end that before July started, with the exception of the pre-K program. And then we wanted to develop two options for employees to vote on, and within those options, the employees in a previous survey had provided us parameters around wanting a fall break included, maintaining a full week of Thanksgiving, and scheduling a spring break for the first full week of April. So we sent two surveys. They can go out of order. They went out of order, and I'll explain why in a moment. And then we also got some community feedback from Columbus State University, Columbus Technical College, and Faith-Based Leadership. We used to get feedback from Harris County School District. They've stopped asking us for that. They just tell us that once y'all vote on a calendar, just let them know what we're doing. And then there's a number of other organizations that they just use. Once we have the calendar, they use it for their planning purposes, like Girls Inc., organizations like that. So we sent out a survey October 28th. Had to open a handful of days there, and we had over 1,300 responses come back. The first one was on the calendar preference. After that survey went out, I got an email question from a high school teacher that asked if we could poll the staff again to see if we needed to change the parameters of the calendar. And initially my response, I said, no, we already had those. But then when I went to start preparing the presentation for the board, because we were going to bring this last month, I found that the data was older than I thought it was. So we sent out the follow-up survey to make sure the parameters of the current employees still align with the parameters from the previous survey. So we sent that survey out November 17th. That had over 1,200 responses. We had that open for a couple weeks, although one of the weeks was Thanksgiving, but there was a 2-week period there. So when we looked at those survey results, those things remained the same as far as teachers wanted a fall break. They want to maintain that full week of Thanksgiving, and they wanted that first full week of April for spring break. So this was the second survey that we were ensuring we had the right parameters for employees. So you see there we had 3 different groups of employees. We had classroom teachers, other school-based personnel, and district-level personnel. And you see that the classroom teachers there made up 52% of that group, and then another 31% was other school-based. So the vast majority of the vote came from our employees in the schools. That next question, and I apologize, I'm going to change my view real quick because this one is smaller and I'm not seeing it well on my end. All right. All right, so then we asked the question, for the next school years, nope, I'll go back to what I was doing. I apologize, my eyes are getting worse. All right, so the second question on the survey was if they preferred to have pre-planning start in July and have a fall break and maintain a full week of Thanksgiving, or if they would rather wait till August to start pre-planning, and then that would impact, the impact would be not having a fall break, and it would also shorten Thanksgiving break if we were to maintain the end of the first semester at the winter break. And so you see there, 89% of the over 1,300 folks wanted to have the fall break and maintain that Thanksgiving week. The third question was about spring break, and we were asking for basically that last week that runs from March into April, or the first full week of April, and a little over 2/3 wanted to have the first full week of April. So in summary, the results mirrored the older data, so we did not go back and revise any of the calendar options for them to vote, and we did not send it back for a revote just because it would have been the same options. This is just a comparison, and the papers that were up in front of you, these are the other attachments on the board agenda, and they're included in there. So the dates, the only difference between the two options were fall break. So for next year's 26-27 calendar, fall break would have been, for option one, a 5-day weekend around over the Columbus Day weekend. And then that February 15th, that would have been President's Day. That would have been like we had this last several years. They would have a 3-day weekend there with a professional development day that Friday before. So 4-day weekend for kids, 3-day weekend for school staff. And then option two, we took one of the days from the fall break, made that a 4-day weekend, and moved it to the February weekend. So they've got a PD day on the Thursday and then a 4-day weekend at President's Day. And then that was the same thing for 27-28 option, just different dates there, but same thing from 5-day weekend to a 4-day weekend for fall break, and then 3-day weekend to a 4-day weekend for what we're calling midwinter break. So the calendar preference survey went out. You see there we had, this is over 1,200 respondents, and 59% were teachers, 31% was other school staff, and then 10% district level employees. So for next school year, 26-27, 77% wanted option two. And for the 27-28 school year, 78% wanted option two. So this evening, we're recommending to you to approve option two for the 26-27 school year and option two for the 27-28 school year with the 77% and 78% employee preference. That's all.
Okay, so two things. After, when we vote on this calendar, how soon will you have it on the website? And who controls who administers the website so that it will be a tab to the calendar? You kind of have to go around and about to get to the calendar. So it would be nice to be able to click on the calendar so not just employees, but the parents can go ahead and plan how they want to utilize that time off.
So once you vote tonight, we could have it up this week, and I will just work with Kimberly and John Keita on a more visible placement for that.
All right, perfect. All right, any other questions? All right, so we have 3 items to vote on. Board members, I need a motion to approve the annual comprehensive financial report. Motion by Mr. Cantrell, second by Ms. Chambers. Any additional questions? Ms. McCray, you got it? Okay, all right, so we're voting electronically. Okay, we're ready to vote now. Do we have everyone? Who are we waiting on? Mr. Cantrell? Did you record your vote? You want to say something before we take it? Okay. All right, that passes. The next item is, I need a motion to adopt option 2 of the school calendars. Motion by Ms. Chambers, second by Ms. Frey. Question? Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Yes, ma'am.
I think we need to check the board policy for the July 4th, because on the board policy, we have it where it's always on a Friday, not on a Monday, so.
What was that about July 4th?
So the holiday should be on the Friday, not the Monday.
So July 4th of 2027? 2027 or
2026.
So July 4th is a Saturday in,
It says, if July 4th falls on a weekend, this day off will be observed on the Monday following.
so instead, we're doing what?
A Friday.
We're doing be off July 3rd instead of Monday?
Right. It's written underneath.
So what's the pleasure? What are we?
Well, the board policy is,
So we would give them Monday?
right.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
Just revise,
All right, so the motion would be
to revise
to,
the calendar to reflect that the July 4th holiday will be observed on Monday.
Right.
all right, so we're going to restate the motion. And so I need a motion to approve the school calendars with the update of the July 4th, 2026 holiday falling on Monday, July 6th, according to our school board policy, and that was by Mr. Cantrell, second by Dr. Chambers. Any additional questions, Ms. McCray? So you want to postpone, you want to do what with the vote? You got a question?
I think we can move ahead with overall, but then we can look and make sure the whole 4th.
Of course, of course.
Move ahead, but I would like to see the policy, because I don't remember us discussing it before. So,
GA what?
yeah, just send it to us so we know for next time, and then send it to Dr. Smith so that it's in with the parameters that.
Well, let's turn on your mic so we won't sound like we're just sitting, look like we're just sitting here.
Now, that is good to know.
All I'm saying is, definitely, if it's written in the policy, then we all should know. So let's send out the policy to the board members. I'm fine with voting on it. That's not the issue. I just think that we should know, and then also the people who are getting the calendar together, that should have been one of the parameters. Because when you're sending out a survey to people saying, what is your opinion? And they have said, this is the one I want, and we're making changes. I do understand we're making the changes because of the policy. But I just want to make sure that there are no ill feelings. And so if we could just add that as one of the parameters the next time we're doing a calendar, so that we don't have these little small issues to go back and correct.
My only comment was I'd be interested why we have that in the policy, because like in business practice, like in my work, if it's on a Saturday, they give us the holiday on Friday. If it's on Sunday, they give it on Monday. And we do want, you know, the staff here to line up with, you know, what their spouses or other people are doing. So maybe we can do a little more looking as to why that was in there. My one question was just, I was trying to remember the purpose of the staff teacher planning day in September on the 25th. I don't know, just, and it's not necessarily, my child's so old now, it doesn't matter, but for people that work, there's, you know, there's already Labor Day weekend, and then now there's gonna be a virtual day, and then the next day, staff development, so that's kind of 3 days that you have.
So that was
two of which they wouldn't have had off.
That was an adjustment the committee made because this year and at least last year, that day was actually in October, but that was a month more into the school year, and the intent of the day is for Professional Development Day. And so that gives a month more to receive a training and then implement during the school year. So we wanted more implementation time to impact student achievement, really was the intent of it. That can be moved if we need to move it.
Well, now, I guess my only other concern,
No,
which
they've
I mean,
already
maybe it
voted.
doesn't matter, was that, you know, if you're gonna have people kind of traveling because they have that time off, and if they'll really do their virtual day. But I was just more curious about front loading kind of a month. But no, that's good. You got a good answer. Thank you.
Ms. Slide, your mic was on. Did you have anything further? Were you finished before we started off on that tangent? Okay. All right, anybody else? Ms. Buckner?
Yeah, I was just thinking, a lot of times when they do the calendar, there are things that these professionals know, like stuff like that, extra time for staff development. Also, when progress reports are going out, when report cards are going out, there usually is a professional day. It's always related to some type of school activity, and they plan around what's happening during the school, not necessarily on vacation.
All right, so we're ready to vote now electronically? Correct. Monday, July 6, 2026. And July 5th, 2027 will be off days in observance of the 4th of July. Oh, Ms. Buckner.
And I know we're fixing to vote on this, and I have no problem because we want to follow policy. However, there would be an opportunity for us to look back at the policy.
I don't see why we can't just pull the policy up right now.
It's already pulled.
Because we got this nice fancy assembly.
Yeah.
Pull up the policy for those who want to see it, and then if you have a minute, put it on the screen.
No, we can't, we can't change it right now, so that's why I was saying that we need to pull it back up.
I thought we just heard we want to see the policy.
Oh, no.
I thought that's what I heard, so
Okay.
we're ready to move on, we're ready to vote now. It's up on your screen, vote electronically.
My question was, though, can we go back to the policy? That's all I was asking.
Can we go back to the
Could
policy?
we, will we have opportunity to?
Revise the policy?
Revisit the policy
Anytime.
prior to, since we're, yeah.
Sure, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Anything you want to look at, we can put it on the agenda, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Cast your vote, record your vote. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Chang.
Just for the record, I was gonna make a motion that we amend, that we vote on the calendar with the amended date for July.
I did, when I restated it.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I
You
restated
made a
it.
motion?
I restated the motion, restated that Mr. Cantrell made the motion, you second the motion, and then we started asking more questions and start talking about other things.
Okay,
Yeah, we did our housekeeping.
yeah.
All right. Did it tally up? Are we waiting on anybody? Which one? Which one y'all pointing on? Which one? Ms. Chambers, did you vote? All right, that passes. And the third item is the consent agenda. Do we need to go through each item as we would do in the work session, or are you prepared that we study ahead and we're ready to vote? What is the pleasure? Is there a question about any particular item? Yes, go right ahead. We can go through.
I just need to
We can
look
just
for a
go
minute.
through. All right, so on the consent agenda, we have the personnel report. The attachments are the new hires, the November vacancies, and the vacancies in operations and facilities, and the November 2025 resignations. Are there any questions about those reports? All right, then the board minutes from November 17, 2025. Were there any questions, corrections, concerns about our board minutes? All right, number 3 is the lease agreement from the Division of Facilities and Operation to issue a lease agreement with the Zion Foundation, Inc. to operate a literacy enrichment after-school program at J.D. Davis, Lonnie Jackson, MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. elementary schools. Are there any questions? All right, Ms. Chambers.
I have a question, just a comment.
Okay.
On the contract, can we specify liability insurance for the requirement? It says they're required to get insurance. Can we put liability insurance? I know it says hold harmless for the Muscogee County School District.
That probably, yeah, I mean, I guess you could just put the word in there, but that would be the only kind they could buy. You ready to go ahead?
So the wording is based upon our attorney's rewriting of our lease, and so we can change it. We can just go back to them. They're required to meet our current insurance standards, which requires liability, all types of
Workers'
coverage.
comp,
It requires
It's just
automobile
implied.
insurance, so that it's required to meet our current standards.
And so,
Okay.
and so if the standards change, we don't have to worry about changing the
Exactly.
policy because
Okay.
they get the standards.
That makes sense. That's why you took that out.
It's a generic statement.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes perfect sense. Okay,
right.
thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, then number 4 are our competitively bid purchases. These are for purchases that exceed $15,000. Which ones? Is there an attachment? No attachment? All right, school nutrition and serving line equipment. Are there any questions about those two? All right, then we'll move on to our purchases, exception A and B. And these are, exception A and B are textbooks, films, slides, videotapes, newspapers, library books, reference materials, subscriptions, manipulative computer programs, and other media from a publisher, distributor, or agent. Test scoring sheets, and test scoring services. And so under there, we have math instruction plans. Are there any questions? All right. Item 7, purchase exception E, additional purchases with for therapeutic services. Ms. McCray?
I just wanted to note on it and a couple of the other ones where it looks like we've already, approved some funding to this individual. But anyway, there's no attachments to get an idea of what that's looking at or what that cost is per service, hour or whatever, because, and again, some of this goes to the 9 million that we talked about earlier in outsourced services. I would like to start seeing a little more when we're outsourcing it, maybe a resume or some more background on, a little more detail.
On the
Again,
services provider or on the
service
provider?
On the provider.
On the provider.
The person that we are outsourcing it to. And then, I was kind of curious, and maybe we didn't have any attachments because we've already approved them before, but it was the same for a couple of the other categories below.
Okay, so the request is having attachments with additional information on the provider, and if it says it's an increase, maybe a summary of the services.
Yeah, I guess just still to get an idea of what it is kind of we're paying per hour, or, what it is we're getting for that amount. And I get that it's saying up to a certain amount, so it's not like a exact quote, but just as a reminder to us of how much that money is and what the breakdown is for it.
On this one, we haven't spent it yet, right? We haven't.
You want more information on the service and the provider.
On the services and the
Sorry.
provider.
I may have jumped down to some other ones, but anyway, I was mainly just wanting some of the background attachments, and then when we
So this one is a particular provider on A.
Yeah.
But have we spent that money yet, or are we?
Have we spent the money yet?
Saying up to 42,000.
This is the provider. This is the provider that we're wanting to use. They have not provided any services yet.
No, this one actually says we'd already approved 27. We're now saying another 42.
I'm getting ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying
Mr.
to
Knopf.
get clarification, just because it says funding for this purchase not to exceed 42.5. So in my mind, we're using the provider already. And so we may have students that need additional services, so we haven't spent it yet. But if the board approves the 42,000, then they'll have the funds readily available and not have to come back through the board in order to provide services for the student. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding that
Yes.
correctly.
You're saying yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's separate
And-
from what you're talking about, Ms.
What I was
McCray.
asking for is just saying to still include that supplemental information, even though we might have, approved them for a lower amount earlier in the year. And then I would just like, and I think I've mentioned this, but in general, I would just like to start seeing a little more of the resumes of some of the people that we are outsourcing to, just to get a better feel of who's being used. Thank you.
Anyone else? Hit your microphone.
So would that include just the person they actually choose, or the people they choose, the persons they consider, or what?
No, I'm just asking for who they chose.
The ones
The one
chosen.
that chosen, okay.
All right. Number 8 is purchase exception F, invitation to bid. Classroom furniture refresh at Davis Elementary, Hannah Elementary, Magnet Academy, Waddell Elementary, Wesley Heights, and Winton Arts Academy. Any questions? Item B, desktop computers. That is for this is to replace the outdated devices at Northside High School Computer Science Lab, Northside High School Agriculture Engineering Lab, and Shaw High School Finance Lab. Are there any questions? Item C, the control panel equipment. It's from maintenance and operations. It's in professional services at the Bradley Center. Are there any questions? Item D, tire changer equipment. It's for the bus shop. Any questions? Going to item 9, exception G, professional services. In the Division of Teaching and Learning, our federal grants program. It's a professional services and purchases that will enhance instruction and improve student achievement and support school improvement efforts. Are there any questions? Item B, speech language pathologist. The program for exceptional students is asking for approval of a purchase order increase to True Scope Diagnostics Consulting. Are there any questions? Ms. Buckner.
Okay, there's an increase here also for the True Scope Diagnostic and Consulting. Now, we already have information. Do you want information on those two, Lori?
That would be the same question?
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant earlier.
That's the same question.
Okay.
Item C, professional coaching services, federal programs. The schools are Carver and Kendrick. Any questions? All right, next item, D, parent partnership program, also from the Federal Programs Division. At Kendrick, this service is for Kendrick High School. Any questions? All right, item E, functioning skills modules at Marshall Success Center. Any questions? F, mental health behavior. This is the one we pull, F, all right. Then, Ms. Buckner.
Let me ask you, I'm not sure about this, but I was going to ask Dr. Lewis. Mrs. Chambers asked a question a few minutes ago about the ESSA funds and if anything was eliminated. Now I skipped back to works. Did the district, didn't schools have to pick up the works themselves?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where some of it went, Ms. Chambers. Right. They were.
COF funds.
Ms. Chambers, you heard? Yes. You were asking about the eliminated, that some of that money was dropped there and the schools had to pick it up.
Well, we lost it at some schools that doesn't have the budget for it. Several schools. All right, number 10, sole source and volatile purchases. And item A, the Microsoft Premier support. Are there any questions? Fuel purchases. Questions? Item under 11 under financial statements, we have our new budgets. Are there any questions? There's a list of grants. All right, behavioral health grant.
Is that not taken out too, or is that something separate?
Dr. Lewis, is this behavioral health grant related to the mental health behavior support?
It's a separate item.
It's a separate item.
So we're still moving forward with that?
Yes.
Item 13, under our budget adjustments, we have a reallocation of funds. That would be with our curriculum and instruction, no change in in the revenue under the Division of Teaching and Learning. Just reclassifying the funds. Item B, the COF, which is consolidation of funds. There's an attachment there. Also for curriculum and instructions in our Division of Federal Programs. Item, Ms. Chambers.
I just wanted a little more clarity on the consolidation of funds.
Anything in particular under that?
I just need to understand it, because at the bottom it says it's a decrease in 636,000. And I just need to know, just an explanation for the consolidation. What are we doing? Are we?
It basically allows us to have more flexibility. That's an option we've been given. Georgia school districts have been afforded to be able to consolidate and to then be able to give more flexibility in how the expenditures are made from various accounts like the federal funds and so on.
It's not a decrease.
It's not a decrease.
There's the increases are equal, so it's just a movement of funds.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Makes sense.
COF is just basically gives us more flexibility to use the funds as needed by the schools rather than so strictly adhered to as they used to be.
Okay, item 14 are our donations. There's a list of donations. And we do want to say thank you to all of the donors. The one thing that we truly appreciate is having the super fantastic public-private partnerships in our community. And we appreciate all of the donors. Item 15 is this surplus and sale of used vehicles. And 16 is the surplus and sale of warehouse inventory. Any question on either of those? 17 is under our Department of Construction. They're asking for change order approval change order number 2 for the Connect Stadium upgrade. Are there any questions? Number 18 is the sanitary pump station. Sewer line at Double Churches Elementary has experienced a failure. That's not an emergency? Is that an emergency?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure y'all weren't waiting on us.
It would be, but our plant services folks are great at working around problems, so they have done so.
Thank y'all, plant services.
Redirected.
We won't ask any more questions. Pretty much if it involves sewage, I don't ask questions.
I just want to make sure they weren't waiting on us. All right, gym and campus enclosure. Rothschild Gym upgrade, campus enclosure project. Finally, was that on 2015? Is that a SPLOST project? 2024 project, okay. Are there any questions? Here we go, number 20, sanitary sewer repair. Is that Double Church? Okay, Blanchard. Jeez. All right. And 21, Grady Construction Manager, Phase 1 of the campus enclosure project. 22 is the River City School Nutrition. Is that something new? That's a contractor, okay. That's for the, at Allen, Blackman Road, Eddie, Georgetown, Matthews, Northside, Shaw, and Waddell. Coolers, freezers, dishwashers, vent hoods, and serving line, okay. And then painting, let's see. So my screen blacked out, but it was some painting somewhere. Okay. That's going to be at Baker, Blanchard, Carver, Eddy, Midland Academy, North Columbus, Waddell, and Winton. And this will be done over the summer 2026. Then we have, Ms. Frey, would you like to do the museum and library reports?
Thought you never asked. Couple of things, as in months past since the reopening of the new and improved Columbus Museum, record numbers of attendees, lots of school tours, but interesting the historic homes of Columbus display. But congratulations on being named the Best of Georgia winner in the Georgia Business Journal's 2025 competition. So congratulations, way to go. Woo! And starting Thursday, the 18th, Winter Wonderland will be there, and our very own Clubview Elementary School's caroling will be there from 4 to 7:30. So,
all right.
And going on to our friends at the library, I got a little emotional reading some of this. Gentleman was using the library to look at some x-rays and email them to somebody, and he didn't know anything. He was overjoyed that he was able to do that. One of our folks, Miss Sharon, was participating in the brain fuse, I get that wrong every time, at the library several times a week to get her GED. And because of her work there, she scored so high, she's got a high school diploma instead of just a GED. So we're working with the younger ones and then the older folks and making sure that we meet the needs of everybody in the community. So way to go. The library, thank you. That's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. And construction status reports, do we have film or just the attachment? Next month, next. All right.
Perfect.
We tried to be considerate with time.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And anyone, we need a motion on the consent agenda. All right, motion by Dr. Chambers, second by Ms. Buckner. We are ready to vote electronically. Cast your vote, record your vote. And while we're waiting on that, I do want to say thank you to Ms. Carter for the treats. Mine are gone. Yeah, I ate mine. And it would have been rude for me to break open these cookies. So, and thank you to Dr. Lewis Print Shop for these nice Christmas tree ornaments. These are very nice. What, is that what you were getting ready? I stole your thunder?
Just,
okay.
We're giving these out commemorating our 75th anniversary as a school district. All employees will be receiving these during the next several days, so they will all have those for their holiday, however they celebrate their holidays. And I have...
I stopped by the office to talk to Karen for a minute, and I just strolled through that history. I was there about 2 hours reading everything. It's
the history that's down here.
It's really interesting.
It is. Yeah, you really need to go and check that out.
If you get a chance, yeah. If anybody gets a chance,
check that out. That's
check
awesome.
it out.
Our little history corner down here on the main floor. Ms. McCray.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we'll be glad to let y'all go, and we'll see y'all in the new year. But I'll let everybody else finish out, but it sounds nice.
All right, one other thing.
A couple of things. First of all, I just want to take an opportunity to thank and commend Angie Jacobson. During the same conference, GSBA conference in Atlanta, she was asked to present on our GTAP program, the Georgia TAP program, where we develop our own pipeline of educators. And we are one of 7 districts, thanks to her hard work, to have that opportunity specifically as a district rather than as a recess. So we're very happy and want to thank and commend her for that. Also, want to congratulate, we just found out today that Dr. Victoria Thomas was selected as the winner of the 2026 Carl Perkins Community Service Award by the Georgia Engineering and Technology Educators Division. Yep. And that qualifies her to compete against the other winners from each division of the Georgia Association of Career and Technical Educators. So we wish her all the best and are very proud of how you represent our district, and thank you for your leadership. And finally, I want to just wish the very best of luck to our George Washington Carver Tigers as they compete tomorrow in the state championship, going for their back-to-back second title in 2A football. So best of luck to them.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. That's all I have.
All
And
right.
be safe.
All right, so before we take a vote, before I wave goodbye, I need a motion to go into executive session for,
Discipline.
okay, if y'all so anxious, okay, for a student appeal, tribunal. All in favor, hand vote. That passes. While your hand up, wave goodbye. Merry Christmas, everyone. Be safe during the break.